I finally made the decision to travel alone again. This would be the second time I decided to go through with it, and for multiple days. Since my last trip with Claude, fall had become my favorite season, and so I really had to itch for it. Unfortunately, this year, I couldn't take anyone to go with. I didn't make enough money for staycations, and I didn't know anyone who'd be able to let me stay with them. So I thought it was finally time to take car camping seriously. Quick stop because I saw something really cool. I need to get to the place that I planned to go to, but I think a stop or two is not going to kill anybody, right? This whole trip is about making random memories. So what's the point in making random memories if I don't do random things? Oh. This is a trail? It's like a fully functioning railroad. The reason why I wanted to travel wasn't just because fall is an amazing season. I just remember the last time I traveled so well. All the photos I took, and the scenery that left my heart still. I loved capturing the adventure, and I wanted to feel that love of travel more, and take back those moments as memories. That's why I decided to film it. So, for those of you who don't know what car camping is, I am essentially living in my car for the entirety of this trip. A campsite or two would have been nice, but good luck finding one during the autumn season. So, greetings from a Walmart parking lot. Who would have thought I would have been back here again? It's still early autumn, but they said that in the White Mountains is going to be peak, so I'm really hoping that this is the chance that I get. I'm just getting ready so that I can go to the first hike and then make breakfast there. And I'm taking you with me. So, yeah. I'm starting to believe that one of the biggest challenges of car camping is food prep. I guess if you're seasoned enough, you'd do something clever like foraging. And if you had money, you'd stop at restaurants. And if you were a chef, you'd prep or make the most balanced and extravagant of meals. Unfortunately, I'm none of those things. But we're learning. Through a bit of trial and error, I've picked up a few things. Your meals should include a good amount of fiber, or take fiber supplements, and definitely drink plenty of water. This helps you have easier bathroom breaks. Speaking of bathroom breaks, you're not going to find a bathroom easily in the backcountry, unless you're a part of Camp Dig a Hole. So, if you can avoid eating heavy foods or things that'll upset your stomach, you're doing yourself a huge favor. But I'd still invest in a shovel and a toiletry kit. Trust me. I think I am a little bit blessed though, because when I'm in an unfamiliar land, my body sort of turns off, so I don't really need to eat or use the bathroom as much. Look at me. Okay, so the plan now is to go to Frankenstein's Trestle, or Frankenstein Thistle, but I only have one problem. I don't necessarily know how to get there, so I have to kind of do some driving around until I get there. My goal is to walk on there. There should be trains passing through if I'm lucky, so I kind of want to capture that, and possibly a drone shot if I'm allowed to. Then I'll make my way to the next area. It's currently 8:31. We still have plenty of time in the day. I'm not really worried about that, but people are obviously waking up. I'm severely underestimating the amount of people who are traveling for the autumn leaves in New Hampshire right now, even though it's like slightly before / in peak season. So we'll just have to see if we can find a spot. The reason why I decided to do this hike is because of the rumor of a train that passes along the side of the mountain. I think being able to capture it would be absolutely insane, but even if I wasn't able to, just being able to see that sight, I think would be well worth it. The hike wasn't hard, but there was a lot of patience involved, and you'll see what I mean. Is it too late to tell you that I'm actually scared of heights? It was very spooky for me to be near those train tracks, and although I tried walking across it, I didn't get very far before turning back. I let other people do the daredevil work and just film them. Regardless, it was really fun just being able to relax there with the bright views of the mountains and seeing all the leaves in their peak season colors. In that moment, I felt like this was the reason why I came out here. It was my first time up here, but probably my last time for a while. Unfortunately, after waiting almost 2 hours, I wasn't able to capture a view of the train passing around the mountainscape like I was hoping for. However, I had a few random encounters.
Can I pet him? Thank you.
That's the beauty of the impulsivity of this trip. I'm not sure what I'll get, but it's always worth it in the end. It was insanely beautiful where I was, to the point where I was pretty confident the foliage wouldn't get any better than this. However, this whole trip was about following my impulses, and something kept telling me to go more north. So I slowly made my way in that direction and made some memorable stops along the way. Car camping, traveling, and leaf peeping means that you're going to be moving a lot. And moving a lot means that you're going to be sweating a lot. So I like to find myself the nearest stream so I can cool down and rinse off. There's a lot of concern amongst my friends that these solo trips, aside from being dangerous, might be a bit too lonely for someone like me. But in reality, there's a strange therapeuticness that comes to traveling alone. It might just be that when I'm out here, I'm only bound by my own impulsiveness, so I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want, which is very different from my life back home. I feel like I feel the most free out here, and being by myself is how I can experience that the best. Although I can't deny that the idea of a travel companion sounds just as pleasing. This trip was loosely planned, but that helps break expectations and leaves less room for disappointment. Without strict deadlines, I stumble upon places like this lake. I only found it because a nearby farm was closed for the season. While I was filming, I met two men. One was from Hawaii, and the other one rented a van to show his friend New England's fall because it was his home area. These unexpected stops always lead to meeting people with interesting stories. I guess you could say it's almost destiny meeting them. As I looked at my maps, I realized for being in New Hampshire, I was actually pretty up north, and a part of me felt like I should just see how far north I can get. I noticed one tiny town with a lake that borders Canada, and I don't know how to explain it, but something about that town really pulled me in, like I just had to go there. My goal for this trip was to strictly explore New Hampshire, so it's a bit odd that I'm in Vermont right now. But this strange little place was calling to me. I'm not sure how to explain this, but hitting the last town before reaching Canada's borders is such a strange feeling to be in. I didn't have a passport, so reaching the end of the US almost felt like the end of my adventure, even though I had plenty more to see. I couldn't help those bittersweet feelings as I made my way towards the water. Maybe it's because my heart was full from the day, or maybe I couldn't imagine how things could have been any more perfect than this moment. But as I stood there, gazing past the water, reaching a new unfamiliar land, so close but yet unreachable, I couldn't help but be still, eyes widened at this new stamp into my book of travels. There's a lot more of the story to tell, but we're going to have to leave that for another part. Consider liking and commenting, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Part 2 coming soon.